Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the rich world of literature and its impact on our lives. Today, we're diving into the book of Psalms, specifically chapter 22, verses 1 to 31. This chapter is a stirring adventure that takes us on a journey through the emotions, thoughts, and experiences of the author. Psalm 22, verses 1 to 31, expresses a powerful journey of lament, despair, and ultimately, triumph and praise. The psalm begins with a desperate cry of abandonment, followed by a graphic portrayal of suffering, and concludes with a bold proclamation of God's future glory and the ultimate triumph of those who believe. Verses 1-21, the cry of despair. The psalmist expresses feeling forsaken by God, even though he has always seen God as his protector. He describes the intensity of his suffering, feeling overwhelmed by pain, surrounded by enemies, and treated with cruelty. This section vividly portrays the experience of the Messiah, Jesus Christ, who would later quote Psalm 22:1 on the cross, highlighting the suffering he endured for humanity. Verses 22-31, the promise of triumph. Despite the despair, the psalm shifts to a strong affirmation of faith and a vision of God's future glory. The psalmist declares that God has heard his cries and will deliver him. He proclaims that God's kingdom will extend to all nations, and people from every corner of the world will recognize and worship him. The psalm explores themes of suffering, forsakenness, faith, and God's ultimate power and glory. It demonstrates how even in the darkest moments, faith in God's faithfulness can lead to hope and a vision of a brighter future. Many scholars see Psalm 22 as a prophetic psalm, foreshadowing the suffering, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. The vivid imagery of suffering in verses 1-21 finds a parallel in the crucifixion of Jesus, while the promise of triumph in verses 22-31 points to his resurrection and eventual reign. The psalmist feels as if God is far off, distant, and not by his side to give him aid. The psalmist is surrounded by strong enemies and his fighting strength is spent. But at the end of Psalm 22, the psalmist expresses his confidence that God, the King of the world, will provide him with salvation. Jesus cries out in anguish, my God, why have you forsaken me?" as a way of expressing both his sense of anguish, but also his faith in God's ultimate victory. The author of this chapter is unknown, but their words speak to us across time and space. They share their deepest thoughts, fears, and hopes, creating a powerful connection reader and the author. This chapter is a testament to the human experience, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles and triumphs. So, let's dive into this captivating chapter together and explore the depths of human emotion and experience. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more literary adventures. Until next time, happy reading!